Hey guys, what's going on? It's DaleyGaming here, and today I wanted to answer the question that I guess asked thousands of times every day in the comments section. Is Men of War Assault Squad 2 still worth buying? Now, I mainly get this question because it came out in 2014. That's 3 years ago. And they're coming out with Gates of Hell, they're coming out with Soldiers Arena, and no one's really sure if they want to put down money on a game that could be made obsolete by Gates of Hell and Soldiers Arena. So today I wanted to give my insight into this and try and help you guys down the right path for you. I'm not going to try and give you an explicit answer, but I am going to try and keep you informed on if I think it's worth it or not. So the first thing I wanted to say is it did come out in 2014, but it still has an actually pretty large community. You know, I go into multiplayer matches all the time, and I'm almost always able to find something. There are 8v8s pretty much on a daily basis, and you know, you can just create a lobby, and within 10 minutes max, you'll have it full. Now, that being said, I have had times where I've sat there for like 20 minutes just praying that someone joins, and then someone does join and they have a horrible ping and you have no funds, you have to restart. So you have to keep that in mind. It still does have a large thriving community, but it's not the community of a AAA title. It's not like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1 where like you can still pop that in and find couple thousand people online. It's still a smaller game, but you're gonna be able to play it, don't worry. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about was that there is still a huge modding community. So, if you don't want to play just the standalone game and you want to play with some mods, you have thousands of options. Just to list a few, there's the Star Wars mod, there's the Robs mod, there's Red Rising mod, and there's hundreds more. They're all really fun. Okay, not all, but a lot of them are really fun. And, you know, if you get bored of the standalone game, you can always move over to that. And that sort of opens up another opportunity for you. A game like Gates of Hell or Soldiers Arena, it's going to start out with pretty much, well, it's going to start with no mods, and then it's going to take a lot of time to build up some really nice ones. So you can still buy the game and play things you never will be able to on Gates of Hell, such as Star Wars, or Robs, or Red Rising, like the ones I listed before. And you'll have a bunch of fun doing that. You know, the editor is one thing that really popularized my channel, and the editor is also a huge draw for a lot of people. You can just make massive battles and have a ton of fun with those. Have 1,000 people fight 1,000 people if your computer can handle it, and just watch. Just have fun with it. It's really fun to look at cinematics on this, or create your own missions. That's always a huge plus side. You know, start becoming a modder or a map editor. You can do it. It's free with this game, and it's difficult to learn, but once you get past that learning curve, you can have a lot of fun and you can do it with pretty good ease. I've met a lot of very, very young modders for this game, and a lot of very, very young map editors for this game, and some of their work is really impressive. So if that's something you're interested in, Men of War Assault Squad 2 might be the thing for you. That being said, I think there is going to be a new editor for Gates of Hell, so there could possibly be a better editor, although I doubt they'll expand on it too much, but I can't say that for certain. There's a lot of speculation on Gates of Hell, so, you know, it's difficult to say whether or not you guys are going to like it or not. So next, I wanted to talk about some downsides of the game. Now, the multiplayer is a ton of fun, and I have a lot of fun playing it, but there are a lot of problems and bugs with it. You get out of sync errors all the time. You get players with really, really crappy internet or really bad computer performance, and it affects everyone because it's hosted by, it's like on a player connection basis. It's not hosted by a single server, that type of a thing. That can be definitely rough. Now, in terms of campaign, if you're buying a Men of War game for the campaign, I would not say this is the game for you. I think it was probably the most boring campaign, that and Assault Squad 1. They're super boring. They're super repetitive. They're just these uncreative skirmishes where you throw men at an enemy defense, and the defense isn't even that well set up. It's not like attacking a fort or something cool like that. It's just attacking men who like might be behind some fence or something like that. It's not very good. They have a couple defense missions too. Those ones were fun at first, but then you realize it's the exact same mission. They just switched the frickin' factions, which I think is a real shame. That's another thing, actually. Factions. Gates of Hell is supposedly going to have more factions than the regular Men of War, so if you want that, you might want to wait for that game to come out. But there are some fun community campaigns, and I think I keep going back to community, and I think the reason why I keep going back to that is that's the only reason this game is still around. The community is wonderful for it. The mod support is wonderful for it. These campaigns are wonderful for it. The community is what's kept this thriving, and if you want to be a part of that community, I think they're very welcoming and they'd love to have you. That's sort of the big draw for me, is everyone working together to make this game great, not the devs themselves. Although they did give us the baseline for it, I think the community is what made it really thrive. But there is an expansion for this, the Men of War Origins campaign, that you can buy for an added, I think it's like $5 to maybe $10. I don't want to be wrong, but I don't actually know what it is. And you can buy that. It is really fun, but it's just the original Men of War campaign, so you might as well just go buy the original Men of War. I guess there are updated graphics, but that's all it has to offer. So if you really do want the updated graphics, I recommend it. It's my favorite Men of War series campaign, that and Red Tide, I'd say. But you can also get mods for it, guys. That's the secret. Just go on the workshop, look up original Men of War campaign or Men of War Origins campaign. You can just subscribe to a mod that'll do it for you. They also have that for the Red Tide campaign. I think they also have it for Condemned Heroes. All of the Men of War campaigns, I think, are on the workshop. Oh, and Faces of War. Yeah, that one too. That's a fun one. So really, you could just sort of workshop it and you'll have a good time there too. So in conclusion, I would say Men of War Assault Squad 2, it's worth buying, in my opinion. But my opinion could be different than others because certain things matter more to me than they might to you. You know, sort of in summary, it's got a wonderful editor that is really fun, and in all honesty, it probably won't be outdone by the Gates of Hell editor. It's got a really good multiplayer, although it does have its glitches, it does have its problems. I've always had a blast in almost every single multiplayer game I've been in. That being said, Soldiers Arena is going to be a multiplayer-only game, I'm pretty sure. So you could just wait for that to come out and, you know, strictly play multiplayer only, if that's your thing. Campaign-wise, it's boring, nothing to write home about, but there are a lot of great campaigns you can find on the workshop to play from that. Also, mods, I think, is the largest draw for everyone. You've got all sorts of mods. Star Wars, Halo, PlanetSide, pretty much any pop culture thing that you could think of has probably been introduced to the Men of War series at some point. They're very easy to install. You just go to the workshop, you just click subscribe, and it'll immediately download it. Then you just go into your Men of War Assault Squad 2 game, go to options, and activate the mod. Some of them are outdated and aren't kept up to date, but I can guarantee you big mods like the Star Wars mod, which Star Wars Galaxy at War mod, the Robs mod, like Valor is always kept up to date, Red Rising is always kept up to date, so you won't be abandoned by those mods, at least right away. They might make the switch to Gates of Hell. We're still not sure when Gates of Hell is coming out though, so if you're looking for something fun to play, I recommend getting Men of War Assault Squad 2, but maybe wait for it to go on sale. That would be my recommendation. It was like $5 the other day. The other day meaning during the summer sale. I used the other day very loosely, but it was about $5, and that is a very good deal for a very old game. Not very old, but in terms of our standards right now, it's pretty old. You know, games come out very fast nowadays. So either way, maybe wait and see how Gates of Hell comes out and, you know, see how that does. Maybe wait for a sale. It's really up to you. I would say go ahead and buy it during a sale. That's my personal recommendation. But given the information I've given you now, please make an informed decision that works best for you. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you got any questions about the game, message me down below. There's plenty of gameplay of it on my channel. It won't be hard to find. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.